The new charges against Durk will be added to his prison sentence. This is because the new evidence they want to use against Durk started in the group chat, making it very obvious who the snitch is. It reads, Durk is facing allegations from federal prosecutors that he put hits on O-Block members for not retaliating for King Von. Prosecutors plan to introduce testimony from a witness who claims Durk gave the orders. In the evidence files it reads, Durk feuds with Mana Duke over Durk believing members were not properly retaliating for King Von's passing. WAC 100 revealed the truth of the snitches going against Durk.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
You missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so
that's co-conspirator too.
I don't need too much more than that. One of the is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they getting paid.
However, the next piece of evidence is concerning. It was announced the feds believe Durk was also behind the attempt on Quando Rondo in 2021. In the evidence files it reads, surveillance footage and witness testimony related to the attempt on Quando in Georgia. The files continue by saying, Durk raps the line, they're on my page like slide for Von. I know they're trolling me. In his podcast, he remarked saying, for some reason I just don't see those comments anymore, as he spoke on that podcast not long after Lil Pab was taken out. They're using the timing of the song's release against Durk because it definitely looks suspicious. However, the feds are trying to get Didi on their side. In case you don't know, Didi is one of Durk's most loyal members. He's known as Durk's main hitter, although new updates reveal Didi is trying to separate himself from the case.
And that's what Didi did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Didi to hire. Didi's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody, and I ain't hire nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
Didi is standing strong with Durk, but his brother Ted isn't, because Didi's younger brother had rappers reacting, tell me this isn't real. As a new report revealed, the new Ted body cam footage of him wanting to snitch has changed the case. Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal. This has fans wondering what Ted could have said, because with him being Didi's brother, it's likely he knows a lot. But the only reason they even have Ted to snitch against Durk is because he went to a store with a firearm in his pocket.
Really?
Dude had a what about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Ted was arrested for something completely unrelated to Durk, and it might be Durk's downfall. Because as soon as Ted got to the police station, he asked to snitch on people he knows.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Once Ted was booked into the jail, he sat in the waiting cell and spoke with the officer, as he made it clear he wanted out of jail no matter what it takes.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
You mean, no, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
This caused confusion for a lot of Durk's team, because court paperwork named Didi's last name, so they were convinced it was him snitching. But it wasn't until now that it was revealed it's actually Didi's brother, and the confusion was because of them having the same last name. But there's another OTF snitch named Vonnie. He's another member that is deep within Durk's team and knows a lot. His name was first brought up when his file was updated, because it revealed he was no longer listed in the Bureau of Prisons custody, which means he was released and is likely serving time on house arrest. However, Vonnie himself let us know know he was trying to take a plea deal to snitch out of the case. He texted one of his close friends about the deal he was trying to take and how long he would have to serve. He texted a close friend about the deal he was trying to take, but his friend leaked it. As Vonnie messaged, "I'm trying to plea out to a 32, which is the base for M for hire. The max is 43 and is life in prison. I get -2 points for a plea, -1 point for an early plea, and -2 points for no background, meaning I'll have 27 points, which is 5 to 7 years. I can't go to trial. I don't want them to do me like them other guys." As Vonnie is referencing OTF Jam when he says other guys, but more on that later. With news of Vonnie snitching circulating, his dad heard about the news. Rather than his own father being happy that his son will be released sooner rather than later, he began calling out his son for his crimes. Vonnie's father hopped on an interview with academics and revealed that Vonnie played a role in King Von's passing, and he alleges Durk knew it was happening.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door, and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, "Is it open?" Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, "Was it open?" This is what he asked him. Was it open? This was the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he.
Although it's confusing why Durk would want Von gone, but when you realize that Von and Durk were facing a court case together, it gives Durk a motive. They were supposed to go to trial for the case, but with King Von passing, it ended in a private settlement, which leads fans to believe that Durk made an agreement with the feds and placed the blame on King Von. Because with King Von passing away, it basically gave Durk a get out of jail free card.
Why would Durk want Von?
Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table and I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slack. Dude was a. He was signing the boys. He was a. Von wasn't no.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was interesting.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He had a public defender."
This had some fans putting the pieces together about Durk going on Instagram Live. As they tweeted, with Vonnie's dad leaking that Durk had Von dealt with, makes me wonder why Durk goes on Instagram Live whenever he's connected to a passing. He went on live the minute when King Von, Lil Pob, and FBG Duck passed away. As this makes fans believe Durk uses the Instagram Live like an alibi. If he ever got investigated for being involved in one of the passings, he could easily say he was on Instagram Live. Although we're learning that Durk easily could have made people do the crime for him. As Vonnie's father revealed that Vonnie orchestrated Lil Pab and King Von's passing.
Oh no, he ain't take my rights. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
Cause that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and other. And with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell that just like you orchestrated Lil Pat, you orchestrated this. And guess who you work for?
While everything seems negative, there's still a chance of Durk being released from jail after what his lawyers did today. It was announced Durk has filed a new motion to dismiss based on the vagueness of the second superseding indictment. If it is not dismissed, he requests a bill of particulars which specify the coded language used, the nature of the bounty, the date and time, and circumstance. In the paperwork, Durk's lawyers are asking the prosecutors to show the evidence where Durk gives his offer for the bounty of Quando Rondo. They want proof of what Durk was offering as a reward for doing the crime, and they want to know when he did it exactly. Usually Usually in a case like this, it would have been announced already. But with the prosecutors refusing to reveal it, Durk's lawyers believe they don't have enough evidence. They're essentially calling the prosecutors' bluff and forcing them to show their evidence. Although Durk had something concerning happen, as Durk was taken into solitary confinement after an officer found a cell phone in his jail cell.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
But it also could be for Durk's safety. As reports revealed, Durk was involved in an altercation inside jail this morning. It got Lil Baby to react and tweet, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now, free the bro." As the streets connected another one of Durk's friends passing, as it was reported that his friend Gleesh passed around the time that Durk was targeted. This got people wondering if Durk's team is being targeted specifically and who would want revenge. Although people quickly realized that Quando Rondo and Lil Tim released interviews on the day that Durk was targeted. Keep in mind that Durk is currently charged for taking out Quando's friend Lil Pab. Realistically, they should hate Durk, yet they try to act friendly in the interviews, with Tim saying,
"To know, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother."
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying him shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Quando Rondo said something similar and said he wished it was handled differently.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever like that. It could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
This has fans wondering if Quando and his team are trying to act peaceful to the public and in social media, but behind doors could have ordered the hit on Durk. While Durk was being thrown into solitary, he tried getting released on bond. Words from Durk's father have Durk being released on bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge can't refuse it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for it, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
The bond for Durk looked likely as his lawyers made the prosecutors drop some evidence against him, with the news reporting. Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against Durk, except they read it out loud in the courtroom in front of everybody, as the evidence was the lyrics of, "Told me they got an addy, they got the location go. Look on the news, see your son screaming no."
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
This was a corrupt way of dropping the evidence against Durk. Even though the evidence was removed from the case, it definitely kept an impression on the people in the room. Although we heard Charleston White's reaction to Durk facing life in prison, and he's happy about it.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
Although one lawyer gave his opinion on the case, he believes the feds dropping evidence against Durk is a great sign.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
Even Durk's actual lawyer, Drew Findling, spoke on the case, as he called the charges a joke.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Academics then asked if Durk is willing to take a plea deal for a lesser sentence. But Durk's lawyer insisted that they want to prove Durk to be completely innocent.
Likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
Another lawyer tapped into the case and gave his opinion, as he believes Durk's lawyers will be able to defend a lot of evidence against him by claiming he used his First Amendment right.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent.
As his lawyers will claim that all the stuff Durk says relating to real-life crimes is just to further his rap career. He doesn't actually participate in any of it, but instead uses it to create drama and drive more listeners to his music, although the judge denied Durk's request for bond. As the news revealed, the feds say Durk would need to go completely broke and give up all of his property to be granted bond. They fear he might use his fortune to place bounties on witnesses.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is, under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
The feds are worried that Durk will hire the hit of more people if he's released, because he has a few people snitching against him, and they believe Durk already ordered something against OTF Jam. It was announced, has anyone heard from Jam after he snitched on Durk? Several members are gone, but he's been gone for months, as Jam was confirmed to be a snitch.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now he put everyone in the jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case. but eventually he flipped.
Jam was found by OTF members hiding in Atlanta. Sources claim Jam was dealt a punishment for snitching on Durk. A photo from the scene where Jam was staying came out. The whole reason this happened was because he provided a ton of evidence to police. With it announced, over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports, are being processed for discovery. The evidence from Jam is getting Durk involved in 2 more cases that the feds believe Durk placed the hit. The feds believe Durk paid to get 2 more people dealt with. Number 1 is Stefan Mack, who got Durk's brother D Thang. The second is Jam's baby mom, who passed after Durk found out he wore a wire around him. Feds think Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all 3 crimes. It's this Instagram live where Durk noticed Jam was wearing a wire. He was seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering into it.
Give me the check on your man. I heard you got hit. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I used to have a dare. Architect. Having a dare. Schools outside down.
However, months before being arrested, Durk knew Jam was acting strange. It was announced Durk has been playing 3D chess this entire time. He knew Jam was going to cooperate.
I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your cooperate.
As Durk would later speak further on this, saying he doesn't even allow his friends to know where he lives anymore.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play. I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize
Jam's the same man Durk gifted $50,000 to during this Instagram live, which goes to show you can't trust anyone no matter what you do for them.
You know what's name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so baby mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did now?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
However, the feds realize the people in the back of that Instagram live are the suspects who took out Lil Pab. They are also the same people who used to hang out with King Von years ago, which further proves that the hit of Lil Pab was for King Von's revenge.
Solitary stone.
We just looked at him, man.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
However, for the case of Stefan Mack, the feds are trying to piece it together, as they have an Instagram of Durk saying 4D Thang, which was posted 30 minutes after Stefan passed away. He also went live on Instagram the next day and laughed.
Hey, somebody always said, slap a car. Somebody always said, slap a car. Well, look on that, yeah.